Hey folks, it's break time, and that means it's another edition of the Anime Break Room with your host Will Medina and Dabir Weeks. Dabir, what's up, brother? How we doing today?
Not too bad. A little rainy out, but I like the rain.
It's it's loom and gloom today, Dabir. But the last time we was on, we had Derek, Derek is back. What's going on, Derek?
What's going on? Glad to be back for another one.
So last time we was on, we talked about the first part of season 6 of My Hero Academia. The war between the Paranormal Liberation Army and the pro heroes. Crazy from start to finish. There was so much going on, action packed, and we all enjoyed it. I enjoyed talking about it with you guys, and it was, like I said, a lot going on, a lot of casualties. Which now I think about it, it was a lot of people who lost their lives in that battle.
Yeah, it was. I'm still hurt about it, actually.
Miss Midnight?
No. Yes. Yeah. No.
Yeah, Miss Midnight. Miss Midnight is definitely... Well, Grape Juice is the one that's feeling that one. That's for sure.
Yeah.
He's not the only one.
He's not the only one. But this week, we're going to be back on talking about My Hero Season 2. Oh, I'm sorry. Season 6. The second half of Season 6. The Dark Hero arc. And join us for that is my baby sister, my arch nemesis, Daisy. What's up? How you doing?
Yeah, the one and only.
The one and only. Is that a new thing that we're doing now? You just one and only?
I am the one and only. Do you have another sister?
I wish I didn't have any, honestly.
Actually, yeah, I was gonna say you probably wish you were an only child.
Yeah. Well,
Too bad.
Well, anyways, but no. Welcome back, D. What's going on? Everything's good?
Chilling,
Chilling?
Yeah.
That's good. So, real quick, D, you had just finished watching My Hero Academia Season 6. Mm-hmm. All right.
Still fresh in
your head. Mm-hmm. You enjoyed it.
I did. Who didn't?
It was, absolutely. You enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. But there's something that you brought to my attention when you were watching it. Mm-hmm. And it was the reveal of Dabir.
Yeah.
So, what was it about the reveal? Which it was a great reveal.
Yeah.
You said it was a great reveal.
Yeah, I like the concept. I love the fact that Dabir is like this long lost child of like the Todorokis or whatever. Like that was great. It was just that for me, there was a lot going on, and like it was the timing of the reveal. Like I was exhausted by that point, because like we had already like y'all said, we already lost all these people. Like all these people had passed, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling it. I'm at this point, I'm waiting for this battle to be over because I'm exhausted. And then all of a sudden, it's like it almost felt like it had to pick back up in a way. It was like we were like. We had already reached the climax, and then we were like coming down, and then all of a sudden Dabir, and it was like, whoa, and it was almost like as if I had to pick back up, but I was too exhausted to pick it back up. You know what I'm saying?
There was a lot going on. So you're saying you wish it was more into the middle of the battle, or like, are you? So your thing is like the location of the reveal.
It was the timing, yeah. Timing. So I mean, like, if it was at a different time in the battle, that would have been fine, like earlier. Or if it was like its own thing. So like if everything was said and done and then they figured out a way to like do that, if it was like its own thing, that would have been cool too. Cause that could have fit into, the Dark Hero arc as well. You know what I'm saying?
Because, go ahead, Derek.
No, I'm going to let her finish. Cause I thought of, cause that's actually good. Cause you know how he said his name is Toya Todoroki to Hawks?
Right.
What if they did it like, hey, I'm Toya Todoroki, and Hawks was trying to convince Endeavor, yo, Toya's alive.
That's your son is still alive?
Yeah, because it never would have went public.
Right.
And then it's, hey, dude, your son's alive.
But that was Toya's whole, Dabir Toya, that was his whole thing, was to make it public, to destroy Endeavor.
Right.
Right. So maybe if they would have done it.
It could have went public after.
Or I was gonna say before the battle to make it even more dramatic,
to add to it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then by the time they saw each other, it would have been like Toya.
Yeah. But no, I get it. I honestly I don't mind the timing. It was a great to me. It was like a great finisher. It was like a how can I say, the icing on the cake. That's how
I
look
agree
at
with that. The icing on the cake, because he really wanted Endeavor to hurt, and he wanted to see that.
Right.
He wanted to see him in shock.
I don't think. I mean, even though he was going for the kill shot, but I don't think he was trying to kill Endeavor right then and there. He wanted him to suffer emotionally.
That one I'm on the fence about, because I'm not sure. It looked like he was about to just
Finish him
go all
off
out. Yeah, so I don't know him and Shoto. I don't know. I don't know.
What do you think? Go ahead, Dean.
I-
Because you're pondering right now.
Well, no, I also think the suffering emotionally, but also like where was his mind at? His mind, he was like he was like unhinged, completely unhinged.
Yeah.
Dabir.
Dabby,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Oh,
So,
past
He was up
trauma.
there smiling and dancing.
he was
Yeah.
like, so,
I mean, all the past trauma he went through, you kind of just is like,
yeah.
He was finally letting it all out because
Yeah.
he was holding it all in for
Yeah.
years and years.
I know
and
he
years.
was always so composed.
Yeah.
Just as
Yeah.
a character, he was
Yeah.
always so composed and like,
Calm and cool. Yeah. I know what you're saying.
yeah. And then all of a sudden, he's like unhinged, and I don't know.
because he could finally let it out. Like he finally can.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, and it
Something
it
about the
makes
unhinged
sense.
thing too. It was just a lot. It
You
was
did
just a
you
lot
didn't
going
like
on.
it? Wait, hold on.
I didn't not like it. I did not like it. It was just a lot going on. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm exhausted right now. Like, I've been watching this, and also I binge watched it too.
Okay,
Oh.
yeah.
So
yeah,
that was
Yeah.
also another thing, but I
I
don't
wasn't
know.
expecting to get hit with that.
No.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot going on. I'm just like, Dabby now? What's going on here? Like,
See, my thing is too though. When looking at it, I'm like, why did I not see it from the beginning? Because who else has a fire quirk other than Endeavor? And all of a sudden, this guy pops up with a fire
because it was
quirk?
like blue flame. Bakugo.
It's more explosion with Bakugo.
Yeah, but it has to do with fire. I mean,
right? I don't know. Like
He and explosion, so I guess he got both. He got
Bakugo?
both. Yeah.
okay.
I'm
just saying,
You should say it's both.
It's still kind of. I still kind of should have put 2 and 2 together because I look, like I said, for me, because Bakugo, he has the grenade on his arms and as his character design and stuff like that. But I was just like, it was just kind of like, I felt like the author was like just putting it out there, like, okay, this is Dabir, but yeah, you should know who he really is.
but also, how does he get blue flames? Like,
That's true.
Is it a
I
temperature
had to
thing?
rewatch.
Like,
I had to rewatch that. To
Oh, you
figure
said
out that.
how did he get blue flames?
yeah, like, is it a temperature thing or?
So basically, when he was out in the woods training, it just kind of evolved on its own.
Okay.
Is how they was explained. I had to rewatch.
So it was like
Yeah,
an
'cause-
awakening.
yeah,
It was an awakening.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, then that also would have like, like if it was like, the red flames, then you would have been like, okay.
Yeah,
but,
maybe
like,
you
the
would've thought
blue
about it
flame
more,
was
yeah.
also,
But
like,
because Endeavor even said his flames are stronger, like Dabi's or Toya's flames are stronger than his, or eventually they'll be stronger.
yeah.
know,
No,
so
Shoto was agreeing too. He said his flames are stronger than Endeavor's.
well, I'm saying when Toya was younger,
Oh,
like Endeavor
yeah,
saw,
yeah.
Right.
like he
Yeah,
saw, like
okay, I see what
yo,
you're saying.
Yeah.
yeah, he
said
said
it.
like
yeah,
yo,
burning himself. It's
yeah,
like-
he goes, but yeah, that's the thing, and then he couldn't control it because he had his mother's genes, you know what I'm saying, physically.
right.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. For me, I just felt like I should have been able to put 2 and 2. Well, just for me, I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, also even Endeavor would overheat too. Like Endeavor overheats.
Yeah,
so
but,
it's
not,
like
but not to the point where he's burning himself.
yeah, but like he said, his flames are stronger. So they're
Right.
hotter. So it's like for him, he's overheating. He wanted him to have that ice quirk to be able to cool himself down, and that would have been like the perfect combination.
Right.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
like he didn't have that, unfortunately. So
Yeah.
Right. Well, he wasn't blessed. The masterpiece was blessed with
yeah,
that.
the masterpiece.
masterpiece.
Oh,
Ah,
my
yes.
Which I thought about it too, because like you said, like you should have been able to piece 2 and 2 together. I guess it's because we didn't really know much about Dabir. We didn't know much about Dabir, and when we heard about Toya, we knew that he was dead at a young age.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't say anything until season 3 with Toya, right?
That's what I'm trying to
Or
remember.
not season 3. I'm sorry. It was season 5. That's when they started mentioning Toya, but it wasn't like a whole elaborate
Yeah.
thing. It was
like
just
a
with his
passing
sister.
almost.
Yeah, when Shoto's sister was like, "Yo, you didn't tell about Toya," and Shoto was like, "That's nothing that need to be mentioning."
Yeah, it's like, hey guys, thanks for finally being my friends in school. I have a dead brother.
yeah.
It's like it's not really a conversation starter here,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, how awkward would that be?
But-
yeah.
But like you know what I mean. Like you hear that Toya's dead, so you don't really
Right.
associate like
Especially with the hair color difference.
Yeah,
and
hair color difference.
The blue flames. I didn't think of it at all. I didn't think of it. And they didn't give us time to actually think on it. Like you said, they just told us about it.
Yeah, and it's kind of in passing.
like and his body, like you didn't really question the wings.
Right.
Yeah.
I just thought that was like his thing.
Yeah.
Like he's like, oh, he was born like that. Cool.
Oh, like that was just his design.
Yeah, like that's just how he was born.
Same,
you know, like
same.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't feel too bad now, honestly. You know. But no, I wanted to bring that up because you had an interesting. My sister had an interesting thought about that. You know, just the time and location. Like it's cool. It's interesting that you felt that way. I liked it. I think it was like a good finisher. The icing on the cake.
You don't even like cake.
Cake has nothing to do with it. It's a phrase. Calm down.
I'm just saying.
I like cake.
Oh my god! Don't start this. By the way, what's the phrase of the day for you with this?
Deku's the name of a hero.
You're probably gonna hear that all day. All right,
Okay, because it's true.
Yeah, what is it?
True. Deku's the name of a hero.
Yeah, she's gonna spam it all day.
It's true. It's true. You know, it's true.
But nah, so let's jump into our Chop Talk, and I want to bring up an article that you sent me, D, from Screen Rat, from the author Joe Balkovec. So this article is basically what if the author stayed true to the premise, which means what if Deku was through the whole story quirkless, basically, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
like if he had became the greatest hero but without a quirk.
So first off, would he even get into UA without a quirk? That would be an issue, right?
Well, yeah.
So
maybe general studies, right? And then he proved himself in some way to like be a part of the hero. Like,
yeah,
you know,
or be able to work with them in some way.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking about changing the whole story up.
Yeah, the whole thing.
He goes after like crooked heroes or something like that.
Well, that's like. Well, go ahead.
No, I was about to say. I think we're all gonna have different options on this because you just said if he didn't go in, he's gonna go after crooked heroes.
Right.
I was gonna say if he didn't get into UA, what if he's showing society that you don't need a hero school to be a hero?
Wow, that's actually a good.
All right, that's my one deep thing of the day. All right.
Yeah. What was your deep thought yesterday?
Yesterday, I was at work. I don't think at work.
No, you.
No.
Yeah, he forgot.
No. When Hawks killed Twice, he stabbed him in the back.
Oh, what was the thought?
Because
it wasn't that, was it?
No. Because remember, it was Twice always was being betrayed, so he got stabbed in the back by Hawks.
Oh,
and then,
it was like symbolism.
Yeah.
Okay.
Symbolic.
Yeah. He said that. I was like, you know what? Didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Symbolic.
Maybe
Yeah.
even more
You're,
so.
like that.
You're
I
a
like
philosopher, dear.
He's a
you
deep
know,
one.
I try.
No, but that's an interesting concept. So Deku tries to prove that you don't need a quirk to become a hero, which I think, in my opinion, he's kind of done it because he couldn't use one for all he couldn't use it at the beginning of the series because his body wasn't able to be able to use that quirk. His body couldn't sustain the power, right? That quirk can unleash. So I think, in my opinion, he's kind of showed that you can be a hero, and plus he's done it. Like he saved Bakugo. Well, he didn't save Bakugo, but he tried to help Bakugo out of that mud villain.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the series.
That slime joint.
Yeah, which inspired All Might to act.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
pushed himself. Yeah.
Right. So I think he's kind of done that in a way where, he's shown that he can be a hero without superpowers, and at the same time now he's granted this ability, in that he's able to achieve his ultimate goal, which is not only to just be a hero that people can remember, but people that they can rely on. You know what I'm saying? That's his thing. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean, I love the idea of just like a natural human fighting, somebody with special abilities. Like, I love that. That's like one of my favorite things.
Okay.
You know what
It's
I'm
like
saying?
it's like adversity.
So yeah, like a Zoro, right?
Yeah.
So like Zoro does he doesn't have like a devil fruit, but he's like he's an incredible swordsman, or Sanji too, you know. And then they can like take on anybody. That type of thing. And I love that. I think that's that's just like a thing.
You think that concept changed? Especially with Sanji, especially with Sanji.
Yeah, it did change with Sanji.
Do I need to leave the room?
Yeah.
No,
I was gonna say no spoilers because
She hasn't even.
Yeah, she hasn't
I'm
watched
not-
it yet.
yeah.
Yeah. I think when you watch Wano further, then you'll.
Then you'll get there.
Yeah,
Yep.
then you get
Yeah.
there.
well, take it easy. Take it easy.
But I mean, like I said, he's done it before, and I just think it would be hard to try to come up with a story, especially with how we talked about last week with Shigaraki's power up.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that's a massive power up
Yeah.
that Shigaraki's had.
I know.
Not only his decay, but now he has other quirks, and he has regeneration. He has actually physical strength that All for One gave him. So I think to come up with a story for Deku to actually try to compete with that would be kind of hard.
He'll have to be fighting somebody else. Yeah. He wouldn't be able to battle with Shigaraki.
I think it would be, and like how you said too, if like, what if you got like support items and stuff, and like that's that. I mean,
All Might.
Yeah.
I'm just manga reference. That's all.
Yeah. Which. Because I was gonna say like kind of like Batman.
Yeah.
Because like I know how you were saying like without powers.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Okay. That's
So like you
Right.
Using the gadgets and stuff, but like and Dabir, how you said it too is like you're gonna lose a lot of the villains, which and like that's what makes a great hero in stories is a good villain.
Right.
So I mean, and I think we kind of seen it a little bit with Lemillion against Overhaul.
Oh
Because he was quirkless during that fight for a little bit.
Yeah.
It was a great fight, but I think that's all the fights that you would get with a quirkless Deku.
It would just be this kind of same.
Same
cut
kind of
and
power
paste.
level. Yeah,
It'll get old. Yeah.
And because it's like how we said with Shigaraki's power up.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Granted, Batman will beat Superman. I'm gonna say it there. I don't care. I'll die on that hill. But like that's the same premise kind of, and I know I'm contradicting myself here, but Shigaraki's reach right there doesn't matter what Deku has gadget wise. It's
Well, maybe it would have been different. Like if had Deku not have had a quirk, then like the whole story would have been different.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
then you have to change the story kind of. Wouldn't you
right.
think? So now you're kind of powering down most of these villains just for Deku to have a chance to...
Well, not necessarily. I mean, it's just, but it's not like about like this omnipotence. Like everyone is like, it's like the greatest people have this almost like omnipotence, right? Like All for One and All Might, they had this, like this power that really couldn't be beat by anyone else, but like that doesn't necessarily have to exist. That specifically.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there could be like great power. But even if and I do love the idea of, the villain being like almost omnipotent and then like everyone else, like you have to be really clever in order to beat them. Like, because brains you can outsmart someone.
Right.
It's not necessarily about power.
And again, Deku has done that. He's done that on like especially in the first two seasons.
Yeah.
He's done that. He's used because I think Deku's one of the best strategists in anime.
I agree. I was about to say that's his thing basically,
Right.
because he knows he's not strong enough, or he's telling himself he's not strong enough. So he's like, okay, how can I beat this person without going head to head with him?
Right.
Analysis.
That's why he has that notebook. He jots down everybody's weaknesses and strengths, and he goes, okay, well, this person does this, so I got to do this, and he's mumbling to himself, and everyone's looking all weird and everything. But that's Deku. Like he's always just kind of just thinking 10 steps ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, to your point,
he has to rely on his mind,
right?
Which I love. I love that.
Same.
I love that. You know what I'm saying?
Which like I said, he's done it before. He has. So I mean, it's a cool thought. It would be interesting to see how it would go, but at the same time, I think I like especially how the manga is right now and how everything is set up. I do like how how this is shaping out to be, especially with the final war and
Oh
everything.
yeah.
You know.
I love Deku with a quirk.
No. But I'm just saying I don't know.
It's reminding me. It's reminding me of another anime. The MC. He's basically the weakest, but mentally, if you stack him up, he'd be the smartest person to put in battle. So as you was talking about that, Daisy, I was thinking about this anime. I gotta actually look it up because I haven't watched it in a while. What was it called? I didn't realize I had so many saved. No, it's World Trigger. So the MC, he's not a powerhouse.
Yeah.
But he's trying to work his way up to basically be able to be like them. And he's slowly bringing people around him that actually are strong. But I don't even think he realizes at the time. This anime's been out for a while. I like to pray that they're coming out with another season, but it's been a couple years. So, but that's the first thing I thought of. Okay, so Deku wouldn't be the strongest, but he'd be able to bring people around him that are actually strong, use his mind, and still be able to, battle.
Kind of like creating an army.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gonna say something, Derek?
Yeah, so I know I didn't finish it, and I really have to because I enjoyed it. Do you think they would take the Black Clover approach?
Oh, like the anti-magic? It would be like an anti-quirk?
Yes, because remember, I know Asta was just constantly working out because he couldn't use magic, so he does it his own way.
Yeah.
And like I said, I know he gets the anti-magic later.
Right.
And like I said, I gotta finish it. But do you think that's a route they would take with that? But I mean, Deku being, I mean, Asta was young too, but I think Asta's a little bit older than Deku, right?
I think by a year.
Okay, so it's kind of
well now in the time skip. I think Asta. Oh no, I think it's by a year.
So like the same time frame.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you would say that it would be would it be gadgets, like anti-quirk gadgets?
Yeah, which I mean, because now that also ties into overhauls, the quirkless
quirk deleter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because what if he used those? And I get that's a villainy thing, but what if he's doing it in a heroic way?
So he would be an anti-hero.
Yeah.
Taking out villains, taking their quirks out.
To even the playing field, basically.
Yeah, that would be an interesting.
It would be a whole different Deku. Wouldn't they have to change his personality now too?
Yeah, because
that could be a strategy. So would he have to change his personality? I don't know.
I mean, his personality from being this cookie cut hero to
he'd have to be more. I feel like he'd have to be mentally stronger. Mentally.
Yeah.
I think he would have to be Jason Todd and DC, the Red Hood.
That's the type of personality that I'm thinking of. Yeah, he'd have to be harder.
Explain. I don't.
No. So it's a great movie. It's an animated movie. I think you'd like it. It's, Under the Red Hood.
Yeah.
Jason basically hits someone and shatters his collarbone.
Okay.
And Batman's like, dude, what are you doing? You shattered his collarbone. He's like, sorry, I didn't have time to prop up some pillows. Okay. He's like, he's a drug dealer. Like, I didn't have time to do that.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, but we could have got information out of him. He's like, all right, well, whatever. And like he's like, you're putting these people back out on the streets,
right?
And they're hurting more and more people.
So Jason Todd is more of the aggressor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like The Boys, the Prime series.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was thinking about.
I haven't watched it.
You haven't watched it?
Which boys are you referring
it's called,
to?
the series. I'm sorry. The series is called The Boys.
Oh, okay.
And there's this group of regular humans who are trying to take out crooked superheroes because they have each done something in their past, and so they want to take them out, and that's it's basically I think it's the same. I think that's how I would look at it, how Deku would.
Yeah, it actually makes me want to watch it.
It is. Yeah,
right?
It
sounds pretty good.
It's good, but great. But he would have to go through something in his childhood trauma. So maybe they'll introduce who his father is, and his father would probably be killed by a hero or something.
Which would push him to give him the strength to
that's
battle.
how I would look at it. But I don't know. I mean, it's definitely an interesting thing to think about.
Yeah,
A lot of stuff in there. Got four different views.
I know it.
Well, it's just it's good to have.
Deku's such a
views.
sweet boy,
yeah,
I don't want to.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It'd
saying.
change him from the sweetness to he'd have to be hard
He's like a kitty
Bakugo,
cat, you know what I'm saying? He's
That's
like a kitty.
yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. Something like this would definitely change like that persona.
Yeah, it would.
And it definitely would take the wholesome out of the anime.
Yeah.
Like the wholesomeness and everything.
Yeah, like Vigilante. So I don't know if you ever read Vigilantes.
No,
so
I
My Hero
want to.
Academia Vigilantes. So one of the characters doesn't have a quirk.
Are you reading that?
I've read some of it. Like I read a little bit of it.
Okay.
And
What's the I'm sorry. What's the premise of it?
so basically you have these three heroes that well, maybe not three. I don't know about the one girl, but I know that the guy and the two guys, they're not like they can't be heroes for whatever reason. Like
Right.
I said, I've only read a little bit of it. So they're just vigilantes,
Okay.
basically.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the girl, but I know, sometimes like your quirk isn't strong enough or whatever. And the one guy doesn't have a quirk. He's an older guy. But they run into Aizawa at some point because they're like fighting.
Oh.
And then Aizawa's kind of like, hey, like, what are you guys doing? And then so the older guy like starts fighting with Aizawa, and Aizawa's trying to cancel his quirk, and then he realized that he doesn't have a quirk. He's thinking like, oh, he's hardening or whatever. That's his quirk. And then he realizes like, oh, he's just a tough guy. Like he's just a tough old man. And that was so cool because I was just like, yeah.
The thought of that gave me a little chills there. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
whoa, what?
that
That's
was cool. And I was like, oh man, and I really like that character, but that he's like kind of dark. You know what I'm saying? Like he has to like handle things because he couldn't do things, like he couldn't take that clear path to doing it, where like go to school, get a license, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Like so he's like, no, but I still want to fight, villains, and I still want to, so they're vigilantes, and I love that. I think it's just.
I always see it when I go to Barnes and Nobles.
Yeah.
I always see it on there. It's a side story.
I've seen it
Yeah.
on the app.
Yeah.
I'll scroll past it. I'm like, what is
Yeah.
this? Maybe I should wait until I catch up. I don't know. I
Nah,
didn't
but
know.
No, it's its own thing.
It's
its own thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to be like? Do you know if it's going on as? Is it the same time?
I'm going to save it.
I'm not sure. I mean, Aizawa is like, he looks the same.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that it, but again, I've only read a few chapters of it. It wasn't like I read, a lot of it.
Okay.
But it was just what I read. I was like, man, that's really cool. And I've been meaning to go back to it, but I just haven't.
No, that's like I said, I've seen it a couple times, and this is something that I was like, oh, should I buy this? And I'm like, let me go look for something else. So it's like,
I know. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
but
there's
it,
like so many things. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
know.
It's like you got to make decisions. You got to make hard choices.
The choices of life that we make. So, but no, it's definitely interesting. It's an interesting concept. We'll definitely see. It's cool to see how people have different views on that. So, but no, thanks for bringing that up. As like I said, when you sent it to me, I was like, this is interesting. I know. One of my friends, he started reading the articles. Nope, it would have been boring. I don't want to read this no more. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, different perspective.
Yeah, but no, it was interesting. So with that being said, you guys want to jump into our lunch break topic? Talk about the second part of My Hero Season 6, the Dark Hero arc.
Let's do it.
Vigilante Deku, as they called it.
Deku.
It was very... I think this arc was, or this portion of the season was very like a little bit of an emotional roller coaster, especially with Deku.
More than the war?
Yeah, I think so. I think the war was just a physical all out battle, obviously, but I think there was just a lot of emotion, especially with Deku and the burden he had to carry with one for all.
Yeah.
I said that right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah,
I know you always get it. You always get it backwards.
Dude, it's just so similar, It's just easy to get it backwards. But no, you can see the burden he's carrying for one for all, and I do like. What it's like a dimension, right? Where all the wielders.
Yeah.
It's like that. Like it was a dimension that they had him in.
Yeah.
I love. That's probably my favorite part in the whole season, just to see the other wielders.
Yes, I like that too. I especially like when you had the two standing in the corner.
The second and third.
Staring at the wall. I'm like,
I was like, are they in trouble? Like, what did they do?
They were in a timeout.
Yeah.
That's what it
a little
was.
self timeout. Like, yo, come.
They
join
weren't
the group.
ready. They was like, they're not ready
But-
yet. Okay.
And you know what? you seen the third. You seen his quirk. Mm-hmm. The fourth is
third is
Fajin. The kinetic energy.
Oh yeah, the pumping.
Yeah. Which did you say that looks stupid? Or no, I think it was no. I think it's Kawi.
I think it just looks funny because it's like, why is he doing so many squats? Oh wow, he just jumped like 500 feet.
Yeah.
It definitely threw me off when I first seen it. I'm like,
oh, what is he doing?
I'm like, okay, kinetic energy, that makes sense, but the way
the way he's doing it, he was
crazy.
like, yo, he's getting hell
in the middle of a fight.
Yeah,
the pumping. Yep.
So he's the third. The fourth is Danger Sense. It's kind of like Spider Sense.
Oh, I like Danger Sense.
Yeah. And it's funny, and we were talking about it too, how it awakened in the battle.
Yeah.
We almost got into it the last time, and we kind of stopped ourselves.
That was what Lady Nagat, right? That
no, he awakened it.
That?
He awakened it in his fight with Shigaraki in the war.
Oh, okay.
It's easy to miss at first because at first you see it, but you're not paying attention to that. You pay attention to everything.
There's so many things happening. It's like, what the heck, you know?
They kept throwing stuff in there.
But yeah, so that's the fourth. That's the fourth wheeler. The fifth is Black Whip.
I like Black Whip.
It kind of reminds me of like Spider-Man.
Which I'm glad that you're bringing up Spider-Man because I'm gonna bring something up later for this dark Deku.
Yeah,
the hero.
Oh,
because
I know where you're going.
Because they did it with Spider-Man and they did it with Batman.
Okay.
So I like seeing, I mean, not just those two heroes. I like seeing the darker heroes where it's like, whoa. It worked really well with Spider-Man because it's like, yo, you're not.
He was the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
And to quote Bakugo, you're not smiling under there, are you?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was 5. The 6th wheeler was the smoke, which I guess I talked to one guy at the gym, and he said that people on social media were upset that the smoke was purple and not green.
Why?
The color didn't bother me at
because
all.
I know. It's just something people want to complain about.
Like what's
because green is more green is like Deku, like that's his color of his uniform or his costume.
That's his color,
so it's just something dumb that people want to complain about. That's all.
The purple bothered them.
But that wasn't his quirk, so whatever.
Yeah, right.
Move
on top
people.
of that, it's not even his natural quirk. So
and plus the guy at the gym was like, and plus it'll look like he's farting, so it just looks dumb.
That
you know?
too.
I can see that.
All that green coming out, you know.
That's probably it.
Yeah, so I'm glad they just kind of put it purple.
Yeah.
But he was 6th. 7th is Float, which is for her. That was a good plot twist with her being Shigaraki's grandmother. Yeah.
They got that out of it. Well, no, because they already mentioned that was
in season. I'm saying in season 6 or 5, season 5.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But it was a good plot twist.
Yeah.
No. They mentioned. Yeah, you're right. They mentioned that
before.
Yeah,
that was Shigaraki.
That was
All Might. All Might was the one that knew.
All Might was fighting All For One when he had mentioned it to All Might in that fight.
Okay.
Right?
It was a Camino Way.
Yeah.
Was it Camino Way?
Yeah.
You know how slick he is with everything. Yeah.
Trying to throw All Might off.
Yeah.
Listen, All For One is
I love All For
one of the best villains.
Yeah, I love and hate to do it at the same time.
Yeah.
I just love him. There's like no hate. Like I
heart
want to
is
be one of his
fickle.
minions too. Like you know what I'm saying?
Would I work for him? Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
The heart is a fickle, unruling beast. Dude.
He seems very loving at the same time, though.
Weird,
Yo,
right?
yeah.
Saying, yeah.
There's a caringness to him.
Right.
It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. Do you guys often wonder, and as they're going around talking to Deku, you know, telling him that he's the last wielder, and you know, you can't. And then this what throws me off when they say you can't pass this quirk to a normal person. I'm thinking, well, there's nobody really normal, but normality in that world is a person with a quirk. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So Deku is the
abnormal.
Yeah. So you can't pass it down to a person with a quirk. You know, as they're describing that and everything. Do you guys wonder why didn't All Might have any of these quirks? I think they explained it, but
well, they also said like Deku was like the chosen one. He was like the Anakin.
Okay.
You know
That's
what
a
I'm
good
saying?
reference.
That's a real good
I like the Star
reference.
Wars
Yeah,
reference.
yeah.
So he was like, you know, it was like they would say, "Oh, it's not time yet." When with the other ones, "Oh, it's not time yet."
Yeah.
So the all for one court or the all for no one for all the one for all quirk is basically the generic power. The generic ability is basically power and speed. Would you say that?
Well, maybe, yeah, because they did say that all these quirks combined is what gave All Might his power.
Okay.
So it wasn't like he didn't have all these, like he didn't have Black Whip or Float or whatever, but
Right.
like it was like all those combined. That's what gave him. So I guess you can say it like that. But like that's just how it manifested in All Might.
Okay.
You know.
Okay, that makes sense. I like that.
No, I'm sorry. You said speed and like the speed and power, and I just when Deku and Bakugo were fighting him in like the teacher trials or whatever it is, and he's running down the street. I am here to stop you.
That was when he was playing villain, right?
Yeah.
That's when he was playing villain.
He was doing it so perfectly. It was hilarious.
I know, and he was all smiling and stuff.
You're right.
It's like
He's one like a truck. And
He's one happy villain. He's
Yeah,
one
I
happy
know.
villain. But no, that's interesting. Okay, so and plus now that I think about something, the fourth did say that he did take because he couldn't face all for one. You know, he could there was no way he could beat him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he wasn't at that level. So he was like 15 years. It were some years that he took away because he lived as a hermit. He lived in his own little world basically, and he trained the Quark to be as strong. So that's probably
we
one
talk
of
about
the
All Might. What are you talking about?
the fourth. I'm
The
sorry.
fourth.
The fourth.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry. The fourth. So that's probably the result of how strong the Quark was without the other Quarks. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
All Might also didn't have a quirk when
Right.
he got the quirk.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we don't know like how exactly did it manifest in the other wielders? Did they just have speed and power, or were their quirks stronger? Like, what did the first wielder look like? You know what I'm saying?
The first wielder was just him. He was.
Well, we know who he is, but like, how did the quirk manifest in the first wielder? Up until season 6, I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
We
that
haven't seen
gets
that.
explained
in the manga.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to
Also,
read that
they
chapter.
go back into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
I remember you telling me
Okay.
that the last chapter is basically the backstory between the two brothers.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's really good.
That sounds yummy.
Right.
Do you think All Might had to eat Shimura's hair too?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's that.
Is that like just like
Because
a
it was the
hey?
first thing he thought of to
like,
pass it
"There you
on.
go."
So
Right.
here you go.
Some type of. Well, maybe it's just the DNA.
But yeah,
Like,
yeah,
what if he
his
drank her
DNA.
tears? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
I would drink her tears.
You know?
Well, she is always crying. Gran Torino says he was always.
Well,
crying.
she had to abandon her son.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
I mean, that was a rough life.
Yeah. Well, she did it for a reason. You
Well,
know,
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
hard. You had to make that
Yeah.
choice, you know?
Yeah. To save humanity, she had to abandon.
Probably
her.
also to protect him, though,
Yeah,
because then
absolutely.
she would
Because
have that
Awful
weakness.
Because Awful would have went after her
Yeah.
her family.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
without no question. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely it like you said, it was definitely a hard choice to make. You seen it. You seen the inner conflict that she had within herself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like she was, she probably regretted doing what she did, but she had no choice. You know what I'm saying? So it was definitely sad to see. But so getting back to the meeting that they had with the wielders and Deku, I do like the fact that when the first was talking and how he was describing the whole that you potentially will be the last wielder, and how they had that whole graphic of the cup, and then they're illustrating that. I think that was pretty unique because basically I need illustration to see what the hell is going on sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So it was definitely nice to see it.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? To see that, since you are an empty vessel, having all these quirks, it don't put a strain on your life. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like he does have like 8 other quirks in him. You know what I'm saying? Is it 8? Yeah, 8 other quirks in him.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like, how does it not put a strain on him because he doesn't have a quirk on his own?
But it put a strain on All Might's life, isn't it? Like,
No.
Isn't that-
No,
No,
it didn't.
It did it?
no, because he's still living.
Well, yeah, but he's all skinny.
Yeah,
it's not like-
he's old though. He's actually pretty old.
Yeah, I was like, how old is All
Yeah,
Might?
he is pretty up there in age. I
Okay.
don't remember the exact
But I
age, he's
thought
up there.
okay. So for he in his last battle with in the first when they in the series they talked about how he had that
Injury. Yeah,
Injury.
when
Yeah.
when he saved Deku from the mud monster.
right.
Yeah.
That was
like-
even before that though, right?
Yeah, because
No, he got that from.
Isn't it that famous
yeah.
video where he's like saving everybody from that bus or
I
whatever?
think so.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
isn't
that's
that
the
where
thing.
he got
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think Deku asked him, he's like, hey, how come you're kind of not around anymore? He's like, yeah, I limit my time to like 3 hours a day, but now it's if I do it more, I have to do it less.
So it's because of the injury and not because of
Right,
One for
the
All.
quirks.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's basically what it was. I mean, one natural quirk, I guess, makes a difference other than having 8 in quirks, I should say, because Deku doesn't have a quirk.
Well, it's one big quirk put together.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's made-
basically the quirk that has all the quirks is the stockpile. So
Okay.
what is it? All for One, right?
Yeah.
All for One gave
Oh.
his brother stockpile.
Yeah.
But his brother already had the ability to pass on his ability. So he just sent that to the next person, and then it slowly stockpiled all the quirks.
Okay.
Until it got to Deku, lucky one or chosen one, to be able to finally awaken.
Which goes back to your point. Using when you said earlier, we were talking about it earlier in the week, I think, or last week. The quirks are basically like tools.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they're not the end all be all. Now I think about it.
Because I think it was you said number 3. No,
6.
Four smoke, right? Or
No, 6.
Because I like that too when Lady Nagant shot at him.
Okay.
And he has the smoke he uses as concealment.
Right.
And he pumps out all that smoke, and then he tries to get away. He asks the 6th user, he's like, "Hey, how was that?" He's like, "You're kind of overdoing it, man."
Right.
He's like, "You gotta realize my quirk is not a weapon.
Right.
In use with everyone else's, yeah, sure,
Okay.
but it's not a weapon." Which,
But he kind of used that as a reference to all the other quirks, right? Or he was just talking about his quirk in general.
I think he was just talking about his quirk in general.
Okay.
But I mean, like, a perfect example too is Black Whip. He can use it because remember he used it on Shigaraki to keep him up.
Right.
Well, he used it to keep him up, but he was also using it like Spider-Man to
Right.
kind of fly around.
Yeah. I like that. That
so
was
it was
cool.
very versatile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I wonder like how differently he used it from like the other people. It's like
That would be
is he
interesting to
coming up-
see.
Yeah.
like a prequel to see how the other users-
people use it,
Yeah.
or like
I
just
think-
like a little something, just to give us a little like, oh, Deku uses it different. Oh, that's cute.
I do they show how the second uses his quirk in the manga or no? I don't think they do.
I don't remember, and I don't
Okay.
want to ask now.
Yeah,
because,
yeah.
I don't want to spoil
Yeah.
anything, but I don't remember. I'd have to reread it.
Spoil it. Don't spoil
Yeah,
it.
no.
Yeah, no, I
the
won't.
second quirk, the second wheeler's quirk is pretty cool. Yeah.
Was he was one of the ones that he was staring at the wall, right?
Yeah,
He was in
yeah.
timeout?
He-
Because
was in
they didn't believe. So when
They didn't believe in Deku. Yeah, they weren't convinced.
Well, the thing is, he wanted to save Shigaraki from all for one, and
Right.
they were like, "Yo, like, how can you say that when he's trying to destroy half of humanity or whatever?" You know?
Yeah, like they wanted to know that he would have the ability to kill him.
Yeah, if need be.
Yeah.
Right. No, so did any of you guys think, dude, Taurus was like Alcatraz?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that vibe.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Because Alcatraz was this incredibly isolated prison, because it was like in the middle, not in the middle, but it was off the coast of San Francisco, right? So it was like basically in the middle of the Pacific in a way, where it's like you can only take a boat to get there, and take a boat back, you know what I'm saying? And it was like a really tightly, like, full maximum security prison. So yes, absolutely. That's exactly what I thought of. Yeah. And the fact that it was underground instead of on top of the water, or it was like under the water instead of on top of the water.
The more dangerous villains are lower.
They were
lower
like,
before.
I wonder if Alcatraz had something that was like below water. I wonder.
You know what I'm
saying?
Next week on the podcast, we're going to Alcatraz.
Right.
I'm going nowhere near there. No, that's cool.
You can still visit there. That's cool.
I'm down.
Yeah, Yeah.
Oh, it's not being used no more.
No, it's closed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You could visit it though.
Oh, that's crazy.
Isn't it
Yeah.
haunted or something?
Oh, probably.
Probably. That's there's. I'm sure there was a lot of deaths in Alcatraz.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I just when I saw it the one day, I'm like, and I didn't think about it. Like that's why I have to watch things twice.
Yes.
Because then I'm like, okay, when I see it, it's like, oh wow, that does look like Alcatraz. That gives you okay.
Yeah.
So it's probably inspired by
Oh yeah.
Alcatraz.
Probably.
It has
Oh, yeah.
to be. It has to be inspired by Alcatraz. But yeah, it was just something that I thought about. I was like, yeah, that's
Art
pretty
imitating life.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we talked about it earlier. Let's hit on this real quick. When Deku's fighting Lady Nagant, or even before that, yeah, we'll say before that, he's starting to use these quirks. Very like he's starting to combine them. You know what I'm saying? So we talked about before, like the quirks are not tools; like, they're just tools. You know what I'm saying? But just how he uniquely uses them, uses these quirks, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know. So like in the fight with Lady Nagant, which we'll talk about Lady Nagant in a little bit. What was he did like when she was up in the air with the airwalk, which I love, by the way.
Oh yeah.
He used his the smoke screen, and then he used Black Whip to try to distract her.
Yeah, he would like not tear off parts of his uniform, but like the cape. That,
Yeah.
The scarf that Gran Torino gave him, which
Yeah.
was that was pretty cool. I like
know.
that. That was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
But like
I love
he would
Gran
send it out in different directions,
Right.
and she would look at it to try and like she would shoot, and he would try and figure out where she was shooting from.
See, now this goes back to what we talked about earlier. Deku's a great strategist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because he's even on the situation where he's kind of like dead to rights. Like he's in her territory. He's in Lady Nagant's territory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's just like, she has him locked in. Okay, you make a move, kid, or little boy in green. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Don't move.
yeah. It's over. But he was able to like actually think, you know, okay, what do I do? What do I do? And as he's releasing the smoke, the Six is like, dude, what did I tell you? Like,
He's like, you're kind of overdoing it, man.
yeah, you're doing. And he goes, nah. He goes, I got this. And even in that situation too, that's the first time he used Fajin.
Yeah.
He didn't
Yeah.
use Fajin before that.
No,
And so
surprise
he's
to
kind
me.
of testing everything at that
Yeah.
Yeah,
time.
he just threw it in there. Yeah, because the
Yeah, that's
Wilder.
right. Yeah,
the
he
Wilder
just started
told
pumping
him,
out of nowhere.
Yeah. The Wilder told him that he not ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, dude, what are you doing? Like, don't you haven't had time to use it. He goes, well, now is better time than never, you know? And
Actually, I really like that.
I like that too because he's like, I might as well try it. Like
Yeah.
Hawks warned me about her.
right.
She's got me dead to rights. It's fight or flight.
Right.
And right now I can't flight because she's shooting from anywhere.
Right.
So I'm left with one option.
Yeah.
Right.
Are we ready to talk about Lady Nagant? I think we
think
can
you
talk
guys
about-
are.
Oh God.
Well, big fan of Lady Gaga.
I mean, yes. Complete opposite of Miracle. Would you say
Miracle?
the fifth hero, the number 5 hero?
Why are you saying? Why are you bringing up Miracle?
Because she's the complete opposite. Because they no, listen.
Why aren't we talking about Miracle?
No, this is what I say. Because they introduced
liked her
Miracle. Well,
legs.
no, she was introduced, I think, in the last season, right?
Miracle?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the
Season.
beginning.
The reason why I bring it up because I love how like they're just so different. Because like you said the last time, they're
Yeah, she's just very aggressive. She's
Yeah.
like, all right, cool, he's in there. I'm going.
yeah, and then Lady Nagant is more like elegant. You know, Miracle's like more in your face. You know what I'm saying? I just like how they're just I don't know. It's just
Yeah,
they're female characters, but like they have two different types of
tactics. Yeah.
tactics, and I don't know. That's why
Yeah.
that's why I brought it up. You know
I
what
like
I'm
when
saying?
Miracle came in and she was like, "What's up, Doc?"
we kind of that was like a Bugs Bunny
Yeah.
reference.
Yeah, I
we
like
brought
that.
that up last week.
Yeah,
that was
it was
really funny.
perfect.
That was my
So-
favorite. That was my favorite thing.
Lady Nagant, she's basically Hawks's predecessor. No, predecessor, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, Hawks
Yeah.
was the replacement.
right.
Yep.
So her thing was she was tired of killing unnecessarily, right? Was that
Yeah. Well, I mean, was it unnecessary? Not for the government.
well the government thought otherwise,
Yeah.
but she had her own had her own mind.
She was tired of working for those fake heroes that control everything.
Yeah,
Right.
which I liked that too. Because like you said, like it was a safety commission of like, hey, this guy's a little crooked. He's doing because I remember the one they had her take a hero out who was setting it up to be like, oh hey, like I'm the hero and you're my buddy, so I'm gonna arrest you because I told you to go into the just rob a store and I stopped you, so I got paid for that, and then hey, we split it. And they're like, yeah, no, that can't fly.
Right.
But I liked the twist in her when like those little kids saw her and they're like, oh, can we get an autograph? And like she reached out and she saw like the blood on her hands.
The Macbeth reference.
I really enjoyed that. The way they did that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That was deep.
She was just tired of having blood in her hands,
Mm-hmm.
and she was just like, listen, like, what are we doing? And the safety, the leader of the safety commission was like, you're gonna do what I tell you do.
Right.
Pretty
And
much.
she's like, nah, that ain't happening, chief. she basically offed him, you know.
Yeah.
It's funny though how she questioned the safety committee and Hawks didn't question the safety committee at all.
Well,
Did he? Like,
They didn't show that he did.
yeah.
I mean,
I think they got, because I think she was a little bit older than Hawks when she first started, correct?
No,
Or was-
they brung her when she was young. Well,
Well,
I think she was maybe a teenager. Hawks was a kid.
I
well,
think
yeah,
that
and that's what I'm saying too, is because
okay.
they brought her in saying like, hey, you're gonna help change the world. They
Right.
spoon fed her that stuff.
Right.
I think the difference is she didn't really have an idol. She didn't have a savior. Hawks did. And what I mean by that is, because remember when they came up to Hawks, they're like, hey, do you want to help us change the world? And he's holding that like plushie of Endeavor.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
looks at it and he's like, will I be just like him?
yeah.
So I think to him, he's not asking questions because he's doing so well
Right.
that he's like, hey, like I'm helping people.
They
I-
definitely looked at it differently.
I think when I think about Hawks though, he kind of just has like this natural shadiness to him. Like his
Yeah.
like his parents were like, his parents were villains, so he's like okay, but I'm doing this for a good reason, so it's
Yeah,
fine.
he enjoyed his job. Yeah,
You know what I'm
He
saying?
did. He
He's
didn't
like,
mind. He did. If he had to get his hands dirty, he wouldn't
He
mind.
got his hands dirty.
Yeah,
like it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
he got to do what he got to do.
Hence, he killed twice.
Yeah.
Well, like how we talked about too is like how he was subduing them. He's just attacking them, like, but not attacking vital organs
Right.
and stuff.
But he was shredding his muscles.
Yeah.
which
Right,
was like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
still.
It's like
that's
Hawks.
still big.
Maybe
yeah.
just dial it down a bit, man.
Yeah, but I that's the thing. Like he was okay with getting his hands dirty if need to be.
Right.
It took like overtime later. The guy was like, "Yo, this is not what I signed up for. This is not what my intentions was." The fact that Hawks wanted to be that cookie cut, hero, but he was okay with.
Cutting corners.
He
Yeah.
grew up. He grew up though.
He grew out of that mentality.
Yeah, like
Lady Gaunt did it, and she was tired of
Right.
of that.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm doing this for no reason.
like she was convincing herself, but in this like, and at some point she was just like, okay, but this is not what's actually going on.
right, right. And she was just like I said, it was just like the whole Macbeth thing, and even like with the kids who looked up to her, she probably didn't feel like a hero. That's what it was.
Right.
Which I like that too. I like the way that you put that, and I'll say that real quick because I don't want to get too far off topic with the whole Spider-Man and Batman thing.
Okay.
And so you might know with Spider-Man, the symbiote suit, the Venom,
Right.
he was kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
he was
yeah,
very
yeah,
aggressive.
Yeah.
Well, on the flip side of thing, in DC, when Jason Todd, the second Robin, died, Batman became super aggressive. It wasn't like, hey, I'm going to ask you where the Joker is, and kind of like sprain your wrist. You can easily just go to work the next day. But it's like, he's like, hey, where's the Joker? And he would just break your wrist.
Oh.
And like you're screaming in pain, not giving an answer. He's like, well, that's not an answer that I'm looking for. There goes your kneecap.
Yeah.
And he was getting super, super aggressive. And Tim Drake, the third Robin, went to like Dick. He's like, yo, you got to stop him. He's being way too aggressive, man. And like how I said, like that darkness of the heroes, it's like, that's not really what a hero is. And like how you said, like the little kids who were looking up to her, Tim Drake, the third Robin, looked up to Batman and Robin. And he's like, dude, this isn't you being a hero. This is you being a bully.
Right. You're taking an approach that I didn't sign up for, basically. Yeah.
Yep.
And like I said, it just throws her off, It really did. So she made a move, and it's funny how they manipulate it, where they didn't tell the public she killed the safety commission or the leader of the safety commission. She killed a hero. She killed a hero, basically. So when All For One saw her, she goes, like, oh, why me? You know, why do you want to employ me? He goes, well, you killed a hero before, and she kind of like, okay, you're gonna believe that, you know what I'm saying? Which that wasn't the case. You know what I'm saying? She just,
I'm sure All For One knew.
Oh yeah,
he probably did, but
I mean, like, it
wasn't said. It wasn't.
No, but
said.
I think it was the sarcasm of it.
Ah, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, because he's not. Come on.
Which
he's not stupid.
I liked too about how he's like, yeah, you know, I was your target or like how she's like, yeah, you were my target for a while. He's like, yeah, thank God you missed.
She's like, and she's like, yo, don't tempt me, bro.
She's like, bro, not right now. I'm helping this overhaul guy. Yeah. He's got no hands, all right.
I know. It's like I didn't even realize that was overhaul at first because he's like, you know, without the mask. I don't know why I thought that was just his face. I don't know why. For a while, I just thought that was his face.
You just thought he had a big beak on him.
I just thought he was like a bird. Yeah. I'm like, okay, never mind.
No, which I don't blame you for thinking that now, because
did you think that too?
At first, I did think he had a bird face just like Dark Shadow. That's what I thought at first until he ended up taking it off. Later, and I was like, oh.
I mean, his jacket didn't help him at all.
Yeah,
right. Which I loved.
He had feathers on it.
Yeah, right. I love the whole design. The whole thing's dope. Mask and all.
No, it was great. Lady Gaga's hair quirk is, I love it. Yeah. So we were talking about that scene where Deku's using, he's using the 6. Cork, he's using Black Whip, and then he uses 5 Gene, and he jumps up through that building to catch the Lady Nagat because he wants to get in close corners with her, right?
Yeah.
I love that scene where he thinks he has her, and then she does like the back elbow kind of.
Oh yeah.
He goes, yeah, I got you. Now tell me where All For One is. She goes, okay, kid, calm down. You know what I'm saying? Kind of put him in his place.
Fight in close quarters.
Just bob. Relax.
That looked like it hurt too. Like she really got it.
Oh yeah,
you know what looked like it hurt? Her pulling her hair out like that.
Yeah,
I'm just like, that don't hurt.
That was so different. That was so different.
No, but I'm glad because I was gonna bring that up. I'm glad you brought that up. I love how that's a thing, you know what I'm saying, and how she's able to create a bullet for a certain situation. You know what I'm saying. That's pretty cool.
It is really cool. And I swear, the first thing, and I still think of it now, is does like her hair grow back like faster than normal, or what's up with that?
It has to.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. It's just
or that would be a drawback.
But you notice when they showed her in her backstory, she had longer hair.
Yes. And they showed it again with her hair being completely shaved and it was real low. So they showed a different couple flashbacks.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's interesting. That
was her. That was them trying to subdue her. Shaving her head.
Yeah, she can't make any bullets.
Which
she wouldn't be able to use her quirk.
All the bullets just. Hey, I'm gonna tell you my backstory, so I'm just gonna put a microphone right in this.
I didn't see that coming here. A little microphone, all right, I'm gonna talk to you from here.
Where's it? Little boy in green. Don't move.
Don't move.
I love that.
Which I like that too, because like in all the other movies, it's like, hey, don't move.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, well, I'm gonna be polite and I'm gonna look at you while you talk. And no, as soon as he rotated his shirt. Another shot. He's like, she's like, I said, don't move.
Yeah. Like, what did you understand?
Like, don't move means don't move anything.
Yeah.
No, but and then at the end of the fight, which she was actually like, she looked at Deku as, the hero that she always wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? So there is a hero that, can be as good as they say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's interesting too to see that Deku's starting to see the hero society isn't black and white. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There is gray areas.
That was probably the best part of the whole arc, that theme of, it not being black and white, and there really isn't that good versus evil necessarily, because even when you look at the villains, like the villains are very human and they have reasons for what they're doing and they care about each other. And it's like,
you talk about the League, right?
The League, the Army, like they all had, like, if you think about the armies, they just want to be free. They just want to be able to use their quirks. Like, is that such a bad thing?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
well, I think the way they want to use them was probably, but
It depends though, because not everybody was trying to be
Right.
evil.
Right.
You know, like some people just wanted to be free.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
whole point of it.
Yeah.
And I think it depends on the quirk too, because there's someone who I'm thinking of.
Is this a manga reference?
Yes.
Okay.
That's. I'll talk to you later about it.
Okay. No spoilers. No
Yeah.
spoilers.
You gonna text each
If
other?
you know, you know. If you know, you know. I'm not gonna text you anything. Why would I text you?
No, I just said they're gonna text each other.
Oh, I think you said you're gonna text
Don't
me.
text me.
I don't want to text you.
I don't want you to text me either.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Annoying.
I would say it also ties in with Shigaraki's basically the fuel he's using, not just because of his past, but when he needed help, nobody was there to help him. So
Right.
yeah, that whole arc was really like revolving around just because he looked at as a villain, he might not be completely a bad guy, and just because he's a hero doesn't mean he's a good guy.
Right. That's interesting. That's interesting. I thought about Shigaraki when we were talking about that.
He reminds me. That reminds me of like All for One is like a Customado, and like Shigaraki's like Muhammad Ali, where it's like they had that like father sonish thing, but it was really like if Muhammad Ali wasn't that great, maybe Customado wouldn't have like seen the potential. You know, if he didn't see the potential in him.
Customado was Muhammad Ali's trainer or Mike Tyson?
Mike Tyson. I'm sorry. You're right. Mike
Yeah,
Tyson.
yeah,
Mike
yeah.
Tyson. You're right. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Mike Tyson.
Right.
And I'm just thinking of M. Yeah, Mike Tyson. And so, like, had he not have seen the potential,
Right.
would he have had the same relationship with him?
And on the
Right?
flip side, if Customado was alive a lot longer, would Tyson stayed on the narrow path of
Right.
becoming the greatest heavyweight of all time?
Right. He
And-
probably would have.
No, he probably would have.
And
But
Don King.
yeah. But also too, like Customado tried to put Tyson on the right path. All for One is trying to manipulate, I think, Shigaraki though.
Is it though? Is it?
I mean-
Because like if he really, All for One really truly believes like, you know, in what he's doing, right? Like he's not like, I personally don't necessarily see him as just like this evil guy who's just trying to destroy.
Who you talking about?
All for One.
Okay, you don't see him as an evil guy.
Not necessarily. I don't necessarily see him as like, I think that he sees I think that he sees the world for what it is, and he's just like, screw the world.
So what's his goal? What's all for One's goal? To destroy the hero society and take over the world, right?
Well, from my perspective, his goal is to basically be reborn again through Shigaraki, and just be, as the words that I read on there on the subtitle, it says, demon lord, and be a demon lord.
He so basically he wants to be a tyrant.
Yeah.
You don't think that's the case?
I mean, no, I'm not saying that that's not the case, but even tyrants, like you can't necessarily just look at them as evil, right? Like in their minds, they're doing the right thing.
True.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like,
Are you calling him an extremist?
yes, yeah, I think that would be a good.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good.
Aaron. And I finished it too.
You finished it?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Good,
I think
good.
that would be a good description.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm on the fence with that, but I can kind of see where you're coming from. But I still think I feel like he's trying to manipulate Shigaraki. Yes, he's trying to take his body, or but he's trying to manipulate him to because Shigaraki wants to. He don't care what happens.
That's
he just
his
wants
protege.
to create.
He's not trying to take his body.
Yes, he is.
That's it, but that's his like protege though. Like that's gonna be like his next. That's like his chosen one.
Towards the end, he kind of like say it like he's trying to take his body.
Yeah, but like he's not gonna continue living. He knows that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. I mean, he's getting up there in age. His body is shot.
Derek, are you gonna say it? You want me to say it?
I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm just saying you got to read the manga. That's all.
Well,
I
yeah,
say.
I mean,
Yeah.
you say that.
Right, well,
'cause-
up until this point, that's how I see it.
Okay, no, I get it. I
Which is
get
fine.
it.
Yeah,
I
it's
get it.
fine.
No, I get it. I get it. I just, I can't. I don't know. It's tough for me to say that is he. It's tough to me to be on the fence if he's a villain or not. I just think he's a villain because he has his own his own goals, and it's very selfish goals. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I look at it.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, he's definitely a villain.
Okay.
That's not. I don't think that's the argument. The argument for me is whether or not he's evil, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? So like, and I'm not trying to say obviously his, the way he's going about things is not. You know what I'm saying? But I also think that, the other side, like the hero side, they're not necessarily.
Oh, nobody cookie.
You know what I'm saying?
We talked about this last week. All
Yeah.
Might's probably cookie cut.
Yeah.
Oh, Deku's cookie cut. Lemillion?
Yeah.
Lemillion's cookie cut.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But there's probably a lot of heroes. Endeavor is not cookie cut at all whatsoever.
I think a great example of this, of what we're all talking about, is actually Lady Nagant.
Okay.
Because remember when she's falling after that fight? Like,
Right.
because she loaded up, like, a huge round, and she's like, look, kid, you have one choice. Well, you have a choice. Either you save him, or
You come after me.
You come after me.
Yeah,
And
that's
she
great.
was gonna shoot him, or shoot Overhaul. And I also liked too, with this little side note of when she was falling, Hawk's like caught her. He's like, I can't fly. He's like,
He has little wings flapping there.
He's like, I can't fly this long. And he's like, hey, by the way, I'm kind of your replacement.
Yeah.
But I liked, and like I said, I think this is where she's the perfect example of it, is because when they're falling and Deku's holding Hawks, I don't know if it's on the ground or as they're falling. I think it's when they're on the ground. He's like, hey, nice try, but you weren't aiming at him. You were aiming near him, but you weren't aiming at him, because you would. If you would have aimed at him, I wouldn't have got there in time.
Right.
But I think you still have the heart of a hero.
Right.
And I think that's where it all is that it's the heart. She wasn't doing hero stuff, but she was still making that
her intentions were pure.
Her intentions were pure. Like she was still following the order of All for One.
Okay.
But
in her own way.
In her own way, and because I mean, let's be honest. Because she's a sniper.
Right.
There was no, even with Danger Sense. Sure, Danger Sense could have helped him. Little boy in green, don't move.
Yeah.
That was a warning.
Yeah, right,
She
right,
easily
right.
could have taken him out.
And she did shoot right past him.
You know what?
Yeah, because he brought up his phone to call All Might, and she shot the phone out of his hand.
And Danger Sense didn't even come up when she shot the first time.
Yeah.
So she could have killed him
So
if she
she
wanted
killed
to.
him right like that. So
or
I
wounded
think
them
it's,
enough to scoop him up and be out of there.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that was her mission, was to bring the boy back alive.
Yeah.
You know, that's what All for One wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I see what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? She still had the heart of a hero.
Yeah.
Regardless. You know what I'm saying?
She's just human too, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
I think just the
Kill
killing, she was.
somebody. Like she saved this guy, and now she's gonna kill him. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Save the guy.
I just think the killing, she had enough killing in her
Yeah,
lifetime.
and she didn't want more blood on her
Right,
hands.
right. That's what it was. So no, that's an interesting concept. I like that.
There's
That's
also
very cool.
one more thing I want to add on All for One. I got this flashback coming in my head about, when they were showing his ability and he was recruiting people, he was looked at as a savior. It got me thinking, because he was taking quirks away from people who didn't want their quirk and then giving that quirk to people who actually wanted quirks. So depending on who the person is, they looked at All for One as a god, a savior, a true savior.
This was back in his time.
Yeah.
Okay, this was more back in the past, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Before he
okay.
was all wrinkled.
yeah,
Yeah.
or had no face.
Literally
Yeah,
face, no
okay.
nose on that.
Basically.
What was that recently? They said in this season, or was it the past seasons?
I don't think it was that too long ago. It had to
Okay.
be closer to recent, because I just got that.
So
that
he had
one
his
image in
own
my head.
following.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, from going off of what Daisy was saying, he might not be, depending on who the person is, a complete, evil person, because he doesn't want to destroy the world. He just wants to take over the world.
Right.
So there is a difference there. Like
Okay.
Shigaraki, he just wants to destroy everything.
Yeah.
He's angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not evil. He's angry.
No, he's angry.
Yeah.
He's mad at everyone.
Which is a different steer too.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
A lot of layers.
Yeah.
A lot of layers.
Yeah.
That's why I said, like, he's trying to deviate Shigaraki from his goal. You know what I'm saying? That's why, because Shigaraki don't care about the world. He don't. He's like, I don't want this. I want to destroy it. You know what I'm saying? I want to put everybody in chaos. How the Hero Society put me in chaos. You know?
Which I think it's a great parallel too, because I mean, you look at All for One and Deku, they kind of have like the same goals. Hey, stop All for One, promote a good society, and then on the other side, All for One and Shigaraki, like you said, All for One's, hey, I want to rule the world. But I can't do that if you destroy the world, man. And he's like, oh, neat.
Yeah.
I'm still going to destroy the
He's
world.
like, I don't care what you want, master. It's not your body,
Right.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
he was defiant. Yeah, exactly.
What are you going to do?
Exactly. Yeah.
So here's another question. Remember when Hawks was talking to Best Genius and Endeavor, even before
Best Genius is cracking me up. He's cracking me up.
The way he holds the phone. You ever seen?
I didn't think about that.
Hawks like, even I try to hold the phone, even cool, huh?
I was just thinking about his neck, but okay.
The super long,
He had
extra long neck he got.
Even when he had the suit on,
Yeah,
he had like
yeah.
a
He had to
the
hit
suit
that
that
joint
was like
customized.
Yo,
that's tailor made right there.
I want to know how they did that. That's a
Maybe
good
he
tailor.
he makes denim, right?
Yeah,
but he
yeah,
does
yeah.
threads, so
Right.
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
he was able to make his suit.
That's
I don't
true.
know.
But
That's true.
So Hawks is talking to Best Genius, and Endeavor was in the back seat, and they were talking about why does All for One need and Shigaraki's hate.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doesn't All for One have hate for himself, like because he needed Shigaraki's hate to take no, I'm sorry, One for All. He needs Shigaraki's hate to take One for All. So why do you think All for One needs Shigaraki's hate? I think, in my opinion, he loves his brother.
I'm gonna say he needs that extra strength. He because I mean, think about it.
Because the nine with the nine wheel or the
nine,
8 whatever.
The 9 wielders.
Yeah.
You're angry all the time. So hey, that's fuel. That's motivation there.
Yeah, motivation's important.
Yeah. So
yeah.
like you get that anger, you get that that rage going.
Okay.
Right.
To kind of like, hey, this is giving you energy, so you don't have to use so much of yours, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes motivation is all you need to win a fight. You think about like Luffy and Rob Lucci. You know what I'm saying? You just need like that motivate. That's all you need. Like even if the skill isn't there, the power isn't there, but the motivation is there. Like you can break somebody.
Right.
Just
Because
by
you're
sheer
coming.
will.
You just keep coming and coming. Yeah.
Right.
Kind of like Steve Rogers
Yeah.
in a way.
I can do this all
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
I could do this all day.
Dabir, what do you think?
Yeah, because what's popping in my head is when they were talking about it in the car or whatever you want to call that.
Yeah, they were in the car.
Yeah.
They were in the car. They were.
in the car.
It was Best Genius's Porsche or something.
His
I don't
whip.
know.
I know. That's funny.
His Corvette
Yeah.
How did Endeavor fit in that joint?
in the back seat
Yeah, I
too.
know. Yeah.
He was hunched over.
But you could have just given him
Man,
the front
it's
seat. Like,
huge.
come on, man.
What was I about to say? Oh yeah, so yeah, I think it was Hawks I was saying that he might need Shigaraki's rage and hate to fuel that quirk, his quirk.
Right. The All for One.
Yeah, that he needs that rage to fuel his quirk. That's I don't know.
But
I
does
mean, that's
he
what I'm
need
going
it, or does he just see the potential in it?
I don't know. He also was saying like he was like, look at One for All. He doesn't even look like he has any hate in him. He's always
Right.
smiling, and
That's why I think he's like he gave One for All to his brother. You know what I'm saying, right?
yeah.
He
Yeah.
gave
Is that the one? Yeah.
yeah. He gave One for All to his brother because
His brother was quirkless, right?
but he was quirkless, but he was feeble and always sick, and you know what I'm saying.
Right.
So
Oh, what if he did it to save him?
and that's what I'm saying. He still has that love for his brother, so he needs that extra hate to try to take All for One back.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because essentially, you would think when he takes All for One, when he takes One for All, he's gonna kill off his brother. You would imagine so, right?
Yeah.
Technically, his brother's already dead, but
Well, I'm saying
Yeah.
you're killing that memory,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how I look at it. You're just killing off what you tried to protect all those years ago. You know, so you're just okay. Never mind,
Yeah,
it didn't work
interesting.
out. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just taking it for me.
That is interesting.
You know, that's how I look at it.
Interesting concept. Yeah.
Are you thinking about the manga? I feel
No.
Okay.
I'm thinking about. I'm making another comic book reference.
No, go ahead.
Of
I mean, it is superheroes that we're talking about.
the reason why Joker doesn't care who Batman is because it takes away the fun. So if you said with the love, yeah, he wants one for all. But what if he's just having too much fun with it now? He's like, come on, like
The chase.
I'm getting close.
He-
I'm getting close. Oh no,
okay.
you put me in jail.
Which it didn't bother him being in Tartarus.
Tartarus,
My
no.
man was chilling and
Yeah.
smiling. He got his breathing machine.
Yeah.
He ain't
Well,
care.
he knew he was going to get out of there.
Right,
He
right,
was
right.
like, oh, it's just part of the plan.
The
It's
patience
fine.
on
But
that man.
it's the chase that All for One is enjoying. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, because I mean, Joker said it before too. He's like, I do something bad. Batman comes. I go back to Arkham. I break out, and I do it again. And it's just a constant circle of life because he won't kill me, and I won't kill him.
I like that's actually a good concept.
Yeah.
I like
It's
that.
almost like a reason to live.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
First thing
Yeah.
that popped in my head. Yeah.
They actually did a comic like that where Batman was presumed dead and like missing. Joker like returned back to like a normal life.
Really?
Yeah, it was like he still
Wow.
had the smile and stuff, but like he was like a cashier at like Burger King or something.
Yeah.
It was like it was so insane too.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
That's funny, yeah.
No, that's actually a good way of thinking about it. I didn't think I would.
Yeah.
I would never thought about that. Just enjoying the chase, just enjoying the thrill of, life and death situation. That's actually pretty cool to think about.
Not like he has much life left.
Ooh.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I just thought about this
Yeah.
too. What if he's not, like how we were saying, like that chase,
right,
where he's like, do you know how easy it would be for me to take this from you?
right.
Give me a challenge.
And
Yeah.
he's allowing him to go through all these
Yeah,
people
he's like,
passing
look,
it
man,
down.
you find your champion,
Yeah,
and I'll be waiting.
Yes. That just reminded me of I had like thought about the Cell games a little bit there. Like I'll be waiting.
Find your champion.
Yeah.
you said Cell games.
Yeah. Cell just sitting there, just like, okay, you guys get stronger. I'll wait.
I'm done fighting.
I know, right? He created that whole like space.
Yeah.
The tiles and everything, and he just stood there.
And just stood there.
That's
I'm
so
done
funny.
fighting.
And
I'm
he-
gonna fight my son.
at one point, Cell was like, "Bro, I made this too long. Like, jeez, like I'm getting bored here. Just waiting for
yeah.
you." But
He was perfect, Cell though.
he was perfect
Yeah.
indeed.
He's like, all right, Krillin, Yamcha, you're gonna be qualified.
I know.
Yeah, right.
I know. Why would Krillin? Come on, Yamcha. I mean, come on.
this.
We'll
Be real.
We'll talk about that another day. Also, so as Deku's getting stronger, he's taking the burden for the one for all burden, and he's taking this burden, and you can see. Let me go back. In the beginning of the series, you see how Deku just looks up to All Might. All Might, you're the best. Like, I want to be like you. You're everything I aspire to be. And as Deku's getting stronger, he's getting used to one for all. And you can see in this season that the tide is starting to turn. So now that Deku has accepted the burden, and All Might is reduced to basically an old man,
It's like coughing bag of bones.
Yeah. Do you see? How can I say this? Because now it's like All for One is chasing Deku.
Yeah, I can.
All for one.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. All Might. I'm sorry. My bad.
All Might, okay.
All Might. I'm sorry. All Might is chasing Deku.
Yeah. Even All Might, he says it. He says he doesn't even look back at me anymore.
Right.
You know.
Yeah,
Which is symbolic
Yeah.
because that's
almost like he's moved on.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Which I like that too, because I mean that ties into the whole like Deku leaving UA. He's like, I can't put people in danger.
Right.
But like, and like that that veteran presence of
sorry,
All
go
Might
ahead.
is like, dude, you need to eat. Like, you need to keep your strength up, man.
Right.
You're going, like, you're hunched over all the time. Like, you need. Take a break.
And this is where like I see All Might try to be a father figure, because in the scene in the hospital where his mother's crying like, yo, why do you keep doing this? They're after you. You can't put yourself in danger no more. Mm-hmm. And All Might's doing like, listen, I'm going to take care of your son. Mm-hmm. You know, you can trust me, you can count on me. Mm-hmm. And that's why he comes, and D was laughing at it earlier, but you know, coming with the lunch boxes and everything. You know, he's trying to put his own, like he's trying to help in his own way, knowing that he can't help the way that he would normally help with, you know, being there in the fight and everything.
Which I think that's mostly how he knows how to help. So I think that it was also hard for him not having that ability.
Yeah, it was.
It was just like, it's almost like a blow to the ego. Like, what? I can't do anything. I'm useless right now. All I can do is bring you some lunch. And hope you can eat it.
And fall in the mud. you say you're laughing again. Jesus.
I just remember this, and because it's something that you kind of brought up a little bit with All for One, and not he's a villain but not evil,
right?
So that would essentially be like his methods and stuff. Mm-hmm. What about, because you said like obviously the villains aren't always bad, the heroes aren't always good, and I know I talked to you about this at work before. The heroes are using a kid as bait. That's like, hey, like I get like, hey, that's what he wants. But like how we said too, Lady Nagant takes that shot, doesn't kill him, not a kill shot, but like paralyzes him. Game over for heroes, or game over for society.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
And it's that is a gamble.
They definitely took that risk, and I'm pretty sure they.
And I know Deku was.
Oh no, no. Obviously, Deku was all for it. It was his idea, probably.
Yeah.
But they took that risk, and I'm pretty sure they realized how much of a risk it was. But again, it's just heroes doing what they have to do. You know what I'm saying? To try to complete their mission.
Which heroes were left? Like Endeavor and Hawks. Like they're like the not like.
Wow, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, everybody else.
They're like the ones that are just like, you know, all right, we gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
We ain't worried about this. We gotta do what we gotta do.
Kind of like
the top three.
They're kind of like anti-heroes. Yeah. Would you say Hawks and Endeavor?
In some,
I
maybe
would
in some
say
moments.
Hawks more than Endeavor.
Hawks more.
Yeah.
You know, where they are
now.
Oh yeah.
Now I would say I would think Endeavor in the beginning of the series was probably a little bit anti-hero-ish.
He definitely seemed like it because of his attitude,
right?
But yeah,
the anti-hero in his family. That's for sure.
Well, no, and it's funny. I think you said it. He was the villain of his family. One of you two said it last time. Mm-hmm. He was more the villain of his family.
If you think about it, like he was ready to like nurture the masterpiece, quote unquote, and he didn't like dislike all the others until later, until he started getting frustrated with the fact that like, you know, it was like, okay, well, none of you guys are what I'm wanting. So it's like, you know, finally I got this, you know, and now you guys just want to play. He's like, damn, you know, like, I think it was just like, like years and years of frustration.
Yeah, he was misdirecting his frustration.
Yeah, because it didn't start off that way.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he was fine with the other kids. He was like, okay, you know, you guys just go play, guys. Just go play. You know, he's like, okay, Toya, come over here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I like the fact that we don't even say Shoto's name. We just call him Masterpiece.
Yeah.
He's the masterpiece.
Oh, you know.
He is the masterpiece. Let's be real.
You like Shoto?
Yeah. What, you
No,
don't?
I like him.
I like his.
No, I didn't know who your favorite character is.
Well,
I thought Froppy was your favorite character.
I do like Froppy. I do, but I would say Aizawa is probably my favorite.
Aizawa?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
No, that's cool.
Oh, definitely.
Goat.
And okay. I know you guys talked about it last week, but when he cut off his leg,
ooh, no hesitation.
I was like, that's my boy right there. Like, you know, oh my gosh.
Eraserhead, you are still so damn cool.
Yeah. We all had to agree with him with that.
Yeah.
I also like Gran Torino though. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yo,
he's a beast.
Listen,
I like
that part where he gives his scarf to Deku is so like I got goosebumps.
I know.
It's like passing the torch on.
Yeah,
like,
that's exactly what it is. He goes, yo, whatever business you have with the league, make sure you get it, you know, done. You know what I'm saying? He was like, no, whatever it is, because he told me, because sometimes you have to kill a person to help him. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, that's reality, you know? And I was like, dude, like that I got chills thinking about that. Because Gran Torino knew he's like, yo, I'm out of the
done.
fight.
He's
I'm out
done.
of the fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I love how he was tall in all the flashbacks, and then
Small old man.
small old
Yeah.
man. That's like,
At first, I was like, "Wait a minute, who is that?" And then I'm like,
yeah.
"Okay, okay,
You
the
see the
costume.
costume.
Yeah, I'm like, "Wait a minute, this is what he used to look like." Okay, he looked like a.
How
he
did
looked
he
pretty
shrink?
dope.
How did he shrink?
I mean, old people can shrink by like a few inches, but that's kind of ridiculous.
In anime, they make it so drastic with old
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, no, that's funny. I thought about it. I was like, okay, that's Gran Torino. Then when you said that, I was like, yo, that is true.
Yeah.
How did he shrink?
Yeah,
bro?
he went from like 6'4" to 3'11".
yeah, real quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it's funny.
Yeah, that's
But getting back to All Might, you know, feeling frustrated, like you said, D, feeling frustrated because it's not the way that he helps. It's not the way that he's custom of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
He felt into would you say like a dark depression kind of? Like he was kind of a little depressed, right?
Yeah, I would say I could agree with
Yeah,
that.
because
You know?
he couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
He
Right,
couldn't help
yeah.
anybody
Yeah.
anymore.
And then,
Anybody.
And go ahead.
Yeah, because you were just about to bring up Stain, right?
Right.
Yeah, I think actually I think that was a great comparison too, because he's like, I'm not All Might anymore. Like
Right.
I'm not.
Hmm.
Like this is just my life now. And Stain's like, dude, if you don't stop, like look at that statue. That is you.
Yeah.
And he's like, it doesn't matter if
Yeah.
you have that suit on, all those muscles. The muscles definitely help against like villains, but
Yeah.
It's just
Knock it off.
it's just, you're the symbol of hope.
yeah,
Right.
That's what you are, and that's what you need to be in this situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't fight. That's fine, but there's other ways of being a hero. Is what Stain was trying to show him.
Yeah.
Right.
It wasn't
And
just the power.
Right. And of
Yeah.
all people, Stain was showing him.
Well, yeah, because
Right.
Stain admired his heart.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Or
it
his,
wasn't
a true hero.
His pureness.
Yeah,
His
it
pureness.
wasn't about the ability for Stain.
Right.
It was that he admired the purity. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
like he's like, you're a real hero.
Yeah.
And
You know?
and he said the only one that can kill me that would be All Might.
Oh.
He
You
wants
know?
All Might to kill
Yeah.
him. He's like,
Yeah.
All Might, kill me when you get a chance.
The real you, okay?
Hey, yeah.
Could you imagine too, like after he's like, yeah, you're the symbol of hope, man. That's you on that statue. By the way, I got a knife right here. Just if you- no, not bad. Okay, wrong time. My bad.
No problem.
No, but it was cool to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, and then like you said, what was it, season 2 or 3? You know, he's yelling, you know, that All Might to kill me, and then it comes full circle. Yo, listen, dude, this is you. You know, this is who you are.
And he saw the same thing in Deku.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that's why
Yeah.
he didn't, you know, attack Deku, or well, you know, he didn't try to kill Deku.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
So, no, I love that interaction with them. You know, even when they first like came together, he kind of he put his sword out to his throat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he goes, and All Might was just chill, like he had no fear. You know, he goes,
not
yo,
flinched at all.
yeah, he was just like, whatever, dude. You know,
Well, maybe he just wouldn't he wouldn't have when you're depressed.
you
You're
kind of
not
don't
really,
care.
yeah. Like it's like you don't have anything to live for at
Right.
that
That-
point
that
too. It's like, well, if I
attitude,
die,
yeah.
nobody's gonna miss me.
That added to the mindset of where All Might was at the time. Like he was depressed. He didn't feel like the symbol anymore. Like everything was
Crumbling
on his
down.
head. Yeah.
Because like you said, Dean, that was good. He just didn't know how to help anymore. You know,
Yeah.
he couldn't find his way. You know what I'm saying? He was lost a little bit. You know. And would you say the same thing for Deku?
Yeah.
I think that Deku was just burdened though too, because he also didn't know how to handle the fact that like they're all after him, and if he's with everyone else, he's gonna put everybody else in danger. It's like there's like that anxiety that comes along with it. It's like, okay, if somebody gets hurt, it's my fault. Like, and then he has this like pure heart as a hero. You know what I'm saying? So it would kill him if somebody was hurt because of him. Like,
Somebody precious to him.
you know,
Or not even that. Not
but anybody,
Yeah,
really.
anybody.
But
You're
he
right,
had
you're right,
already,
you're
he
right.
had already
Yeah.
seen it. Like
Yeah.
people were being hurt because of him. He kind of like blamed himself for a lot of that.
He sure did.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that. Carrying that around, it was like you lose it. You know, like you kind of like mentally, you're just
Right.
kind of like losing it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, and also I'm thinking, how is All Might gonna give Deku what he need if he's not even right with himself?
Right.
So that part with
You talk about if Deku's not right with himself.
yeah. So
Okay.
so also I feel like it was good on multiple levels that him and Stain met up, because it was able to push All Might mentally to where he needs to be,
Right.
to give Deku what he needs, not for physical strength, but that guidance,
Right.
that, you know?
Right, to control his emotions, to mentally be in the game,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Because All Might was mentally out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, that's a good point, Dabir. I like that.
Which I think another person who like you know what I like that.
Yeah, I like
because
that, yeah.
Stain did that for All Might. I think the person who did it for Deku wasn't All Might, but it was Bakugo.
Well, all of class 1.
Well, yeah, all of class 1, but
Yeah,
I think because when they all met up with him,
1A.
Yeah, I'm sorry, 1A. Yeah, class 1A.
when they met up with him, they're like, "Hey, like come back to school. Like we'll all do this together." Da, da, da. And he's like, "No, like it's too dangerous. I can't have anyone get hurt." Da, da, da. And like they're just trying to reason with him. And Bakugo's like, "Look, you damn nerd, you're not smiling on me there, are you?" And I think somewhere in Deku's subconscious, like, and I know that like that was before the fight. Somewhere in his subconscious, he's like, "Yeah, I'm not having a fun time right now.
Right,
yeah.
I'm miserable."
Yeah.
Right.
And I think, which I'm glad too, because this is kind of on the topic with All Might and Bakugo. I like the fact that once they found out that Deku was working with the heroes of Endeavor, Best Genius, and all them, like the principal tricked Endeavor to show up to the school.
Right, yeah. He did.
And like all of 1A was like, "Hey, like we want to help. We got to go get him."
Yeah.
And Bakugo called out the heroes. He's like, "You guys are idiots."
Right.
And they're like, "Well, this was a good plan." He's like, "Yeah, made up by All Might and Deku. Deku worships All Might, and All Might doesn't know when to quit. Congratulations. We went through this before when Deku doesn't stop fighting."
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's like,
right,
"You have
right.
the two same people out there leading this mission."
Right.
And they're like, "Yeah, you know what? That is a very good point.
Yeah.
We did not think about that." He's like, "Yeah, we're going to get him."
That was a good point that
Yeah.
Baku brought. When he said that, no, I'm pretty sure it never felt dumb. Like
Oh,
he
yeah,
was just
yeah.
like, come
Yeah,
on.
like Bakugo is definitely like, and I love his evolution because I found him very annoying at first. So,
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You
Okay.
did?
Oh, it's
I
screaming
thought-
and yelling?
Yeah, I thought he was very annoying. You know, I mean, all he wanted was to be strong, and
Right.
that's fine. But now it's like he's evolving. He's maturing.
Yes.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
talked
You know what
we
I'm
talked about
saying?
that last. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. we talked
And
about
I love that. I love. I actually like Bakugo now. He's
Oh,
actually,
yeah. He's dope character.
He's actually a good character.
You want me to say it, or you're gonna say it?
You said it last time, so just read it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
Because
it-
I look forward to all of that.
Yeah.
That
Right?
needs to be shown to us.
Jeez, we're out of the loop, Dabir.
Yeah, we are.
We're out of the loop over here.
We're just trying to get you guys, just trying to influence you guys to read it, No, but to your point, like yes, Bakugo's maturing. We talked about it last week where he jumped in front of those of the one quirk that
Yeah.
Shigaraki had to save Deku.
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
even
yeah.
thinking about
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just
on instinct.
on instinct.
Yeah.
Something Deku has done with him in the
Yes.
past. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Exactly what he hated Deku for, too.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
it's-
just to add to it.
yeah. And then it just shows Bakugo's development.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
it is definitely great. I think Endeavor has better development, but Bakugo's development is definitely up there.
Yeah.
Because Endeavor,
Apples and oranges. Like, what?
huh?
Apples and oranges.
Okay.
I mean, Bakugo's a kid. Endeavor's a grown man. Like, Endeavor needs to grow and, like, grow up and be a man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's why it's
Take care of your family,
well, yeah.
jerk.
Wow. Did you get it off your chest now?
Well, he was mean to his kids.
No, he was not only
Yeah.
to his kids, to his
To
wife.
his wife.
too.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Poor lady.
Yeah, she went through it. But going back to that Deku Class 1A, I love that whole episode. Just I love
Yeah.
the fact where they're trying to convince Deku to come back and they're telling him all, "Oh, this is what you've done for me and this is what you've done for me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love all that. Like, what I'm saying? They're trying to tell you, yo, you helped me in your own way, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And we need you back. We're all together. We're like a family,
Right now, let us help you like you've helped us. you
Right,
know?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And it's just cool to see, and Deku was just like he's trying to fight it, but it just got real emotional with all of them, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, it
and
did.
even so at the end where Bakugo goes, "Listen, I got so much to say, but I'll tell you when I get the chance. I'm just not built for speed." And then when he threw Lita, right?
Yeah,
Or
Ida.
Ida. He threw him in the air, and when he
That was dope. Because
was
I didn't see him
fire.
coming. I'm like, wait, what?
No.
Yeah, I love that. I love the way they all combine their quirks.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know,
that
to
whole
just do this
scene
like
was
really
amazing.
cool thing. Like
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
What was it? Momo built the train tracks, right?
Yeah, she built the train tracks.
Mina was the acid.
Yeah. Hashido.
Yeah, she built them a little like windbreaker shield for
Yeah,
them.
Shoto had the ice.
Right, okay,
and
for the
he was
platform.
cooling down
Bakugo.
Bakugo or
Yeah.
what's his face, Ida.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I don't know, Bakugo was just screaming the other time.
Yeah.
No, but it was. I love that part. That was great.
And like you said too, is like I think it was so much great. It was so much greater too that it wasn't just Ida, Shoto, Bakugo.
Yeah.
Of like, hey, you helped us with this.
Yeah.
It was
The whole class.
It was the
Class.
whole class
Yeah.
that he
Yeah.
impacted.
Yeah.
And
Even Dark Shadow, when Dark
Yeah.
Shadow came up and said, you showed me how I can use my quirk offensively.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a big thing for me, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that,
I love Dark Shadow.
Dark Shadow.
Oh yeah.
I love Dark
that
Shadow.
was
Read
that
the
was
manga.
great.
Ragnarok.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dark Shadow's that boy. I like Dark Shadow. But real quick too, also, if Deku was full strength, you think they would restrain him?
No.
Absolutely.
Well, also goes to show, like, even though he was in a weakened state, they still had a hard time stopping
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
So that shows a lot.
Derek, go ahead.
I still don't think they would restrain him, but I think it would be just a never-ending fight because unless they all got gassed and like, hey, we'll try again tomorrow. I think the only reason why he would be restrained is because he wouldn't want to hurt any of them.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
And like that's the only little bit of restraint that I can see.
You have to think about it too. It was like 20 kids, right, versus this one kid. And not to say, because obviously Deku was strong, but like Deku was only working on one energy, like his energy, whereas like the other kids, they could like
They were trying
replenish.
to come up with a game plan to restrain
You know
him.
what I'm saying? They can, but they could also replenish their energy. It's like, okay, now you go tag,
Yeah,
you're
just
it.
go on.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
go.
yeah. They would have tired him out eventually.
Yeah, maybe they could have. Yeah.
Yeah, but I still think it would took him a while to get him.
It took him a while.
It'd be like a
Because-
week-long fight.
Yeah,
like the
oh, yeah,
admirals.
yeah.
What are those? Remember the ice admiral and the
Akoji and
what is it?
Akinu, the
Yeah,
magma.
magma. Yeah.
Yeah.
There they go. They go into Punk Hazard,
Yeah.
right? That's why it was
they
like
basically
fire and ice.
created Punk Hazard
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Oh
So
damn!
No, I don't know. I
Okay, yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I heard you guys talking in One Piece. I'm like, hey, look, Wall.
Yeah,
I
Derek,
sorry about that.
I zoned out at the light up there.
Sorry about that, Derek.
Derek's
Sorry
on
about that.
Thriller Burke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm catching up.
Yeah, he's
There's one good thing that happens there.
You talking about Zoro, right?
Well, okay. There's two good things that happen
What's
there.
what's the first thing?
Brooke?
Okay, that's what I thought you.
Okay, so there's
Yeah.
3 good things there.
Two.
3.
Oh, Nami. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, there we go.
Okay. Yeah. Check.
I don't know.
Anyways,
Look, all I'm gonna say is Sanji's not wrong.
but I think that's everything, right? We got everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
one thing. And it was another great emotional moment. Uraraka's speech at the end.
Oh,
my
hold
Yes.
on. Yes.
Yes.
No. You go ahead. Go with it.
Yes.
Go ahead.
The very
Go ahead.
very interesting reaction to my laugh. I like the speech that she gave. That it was like, hey, put your faith back in the heroes.
Right. Mhm.
Give us that chance.
Because
to
the
be-
public has lost their faith.
Yeah, and just like just asking the public to just give your faith back to us. Just we know we have to work for it, but just give us a chance. We're trying to do this.
Yeah.
And like I like how she's like, this guy has been out here for months by himself,
Right.
Because he wanted to keep all of you safe.
Right.
And I like that where it wasn't just like Endeavor or someone seeing it. It was a kid.
Right.
And
It was, yeah.
I liked
Yeah.
seeing her parents in the crowd And they're like that, that's our
even
little
even with the
girl.
flashback, like she's never been excited for the hero, the action of the hero. She likes the reaction of the
reaction
of the people.
And
Yeah.
I like how
happiness,
she said that too.
Yeah.
She's like, look, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a hero because of how it made people feel and look.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's what I loved about being a hero, and that's what I still love. So
D.
I mean, I don't know if it's just because I was binge watching it, and at that point I was just tired. But I'm like, who cares about the townsfolk? Send them back to their room. They don't know what they need. They're annoying. She's over here yelling. It's like, stop. You know what I'm saying? Deku's tired. He don't need all this right now. This is ridiculous. Like, you really? Are you all banding against this child? Like, lame.
Because of what it brings.
They're like pitchforks and like little fires started. It's like, come on, take it easy.
It's funny too because you said you didn't like Bakugo at the end, but now it's just like, get all these damn extras out of here. This kid just got back.
Seriously, it's like go back to your.
I mean,
rooms.
the concept of it is because the public saw him as what the villains wanted, so they didn't want to be in danger because Yue was bringing him in. She was just trying to convince him.
My husband was getting ready to cry. I'm just sitting there like, all right, I know he was getting ready to cry.
Your husband?
And I'm just like sitting there like. He's like, I'm gonna. I was like, yeah, that's what my hero does that to you. They'll make you cry. I get it. You know, but I'm just sitting there like, oh God, when is this gonna be over?
I ain't gonna lie. Did I cry? I might have cried when Dr. Graki told Deku he didn't have a cork, and he went back to the computer screen and saw that video of All Might.
Yeah. And
turned back to his mom. I was like, Mom, can I be like that? And like that definitely hit me.
I've cried many times in with the show. I mean, I've cried many times.
Can you name another? Can you name one? Name a scene?
Let me see. Specifically, I don't know.
Yeah. It is emotional.
It's just that whenever the kids band together and they're all like, "We can do this," it always like makes me well up with emotion.
Yeah.
You're good at bringing that emotion out.
Right.
I mean, Aizawa cutting off his leg, that made me cry.
Really? Yeah.
Yes, because he was like, you ain't gonna stop me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'll do anything for my kids. Kind of thing.
My gosh, I
and
was like,
and you know what? That he has good development. Because at first he was like, yeah, I'm just a teacher or whatever.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, like, he actually cares for these kids.
He really truly believed in the kids.
Yeah.
You know?
And then hearing Deku's side of like the worst case scenario would be, Eraserhead going down, and then him actually hearing that from his student, and seeing it in his face. That was so much.
That would be worst case scenario.
Yeah.
I like that one simple thing. He was doing a lot while he was just standing there.
Right.
Basically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
he was canceling the quirk.
He canceled Shigaraki's decay. He canceled the quirks and the high end normals.
He was working nonstop.
Yeah. He was definitely overdoing it.
Yeah.
He was going in. For sure. Without question, he was MVP. He was MVP.
Oh my
of the
God.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Without question.
Absolutely.
Without
MVP. Yes.
Without question. So they wouldn't even have a chance if it wasn't for Aizawa.
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, fun fact, Dabir, Aizawa is a Japanese voiceover actor. The guy that does Sukuna.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I love how the guy does Sukuna.
Yeah.
So now I gotta when I watch my hero subbed, I gotta pay attention for that. But Sukuna's great.
Can I just make one more note?
Go ahead.
All of a sudden, Bakugo started calling Deku Midoriya
Oh, instead of
Deku.
Yeah.
Which is weird, yeah.
Although Deku's the name of a hero, so I don't mind the name Deku. But he was like, it was like almost more of a respect. Like he was trying to be like respectful.
And we talked about this last time, and I get your opinion because obviously when they're growing up, Baku always saw Deku as like the bottom of the barrel. Like, dude, you're not at my level.
Right
Now, do you think Bakugo sees Deku as a rival?
Yes.
Without question.
Yes. Rival, ally, they're on the same level.
They're on par.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
he might even see him as slightly starting to surpass him.
And that's the challenge he's accepting. He's accepting the fact that Deku like you said, it's surpassing him. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
There was a little scene where Deku heard Shigaraki say that he's coming for was it all for one?
Yeah.
And then that's when he dashes out and Bakugo
One for
follows
all,
him.
yeah.
And as they're running, he was talking about how like, oh, Deku's able to use 45%, comfortably now. And I'm able to keep up with him, and he was hyped about that. Like,
Right.
all right, I'm able to keep
Yeah.
up with him. Like,
Oh,
so he's
okay.
he's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
seeing him
yeah.
as a rival.
When they were
Right,
chasing
right,
Shigaraki,
right.
right? When they were going towards Shigaraki.
When they were trying to get away from the people, and then Shigaraki
Right,
started
okay,
following
yeah,
him.
yeah. You're right.
After that little scene, and I was like,
Yeah.
did he just say that? And he's
Yeah.
hyped about, oh, I'm keeping up with Deku.
Right.
Wow.
Well, because he
how
knows
things
it's
has
he knows
changed.
it's All Might's ability.
Yeah,
One for all.
You know, yeah.
He knows.
Yeah.
He knows
He
about
knows
the one
about.
for all.
You
Yeah,
know, he
yeah.
knows
So
about
it makes
that.
him even more of a like. Okay, now the challenge is really.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
more of a challenge, and I think he's accepting of it. Derek, you want to say something?
I can't remember what he called them when they before he asked. I bet you're not smiling under there.
Oh, a busted up All
yeah,
Might.
busted up All Might
Yeah,
wannabe.
yeah.
All right, what's Bakugo's hero name?
Great Explosion God Dynamite. Am I missing a word?
Explosion, Dynamite Murder King.
Oh, Murder
Yeah, it
King.
was like,
Yeah.
Great Explosion, Dynamite Murder
King.
King.
Yeah.
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 He was like, I finally
Yeah.
came up with my hero name. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, what is it? They said it's just like, oh, nice name.
It was Lita.
It's too long.
Ida was like, it's too long. Why so long?
You know, it's funny because I wasn't expecting it, but it's so unique to his characters. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
even mind
gonna
it.
fit.
Yeah, it fits his.
I'm gonna
his
start
persona.
calling him that.
Yeah.
You know, once I learn it, I'm gonna start calling him that.
Oh,
So.
God. Anyways, this is fun, guys. This was great.
Oh yeah.
I had a blast. Actually.
Yeah. It was
I
fun.
think next time for the lunch break, you should actually bring lunch
For who?
for everyone whose stomach is growling.
Oh yeah.
Mine did
Who
grow
was
like a
that?
half an hour ago. Mine started
It
growling.
was mine.
I heard it too.
Mine growled at one point too.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
I seen your phone light up when I saw the time. I'm like, ooh, it's almost dinner time. We'll go watch some hockey.
All right, guys. So with that note, we'll be done here. As always, you guys can catch us on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and iTunes. Dabir, our social media pages are.
Got Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or X.
So
and
real
TikTok.
quick, I'm sorry, TikTok. I'm sorry, Dabir. I didn't mean to cut you
you're
off.
good.
So real quick, guys, we haven't been doing what we wanted to do, bring out episodes weekly from time to time. So what we're gonna do for this week, we're going to bring out 2 episodes. So we will have this episode, and then you'll also have our next episode, which is the Attack on Titan finale. Derek, don't give me that look. I know you're boycotting Attack on Titan, but Ito and Gawi will be with us to talk about that for our next episode. So with that being said, Dabir, you're good.
Yeah.
Derek, you're good.
Yes, sir.
D, you're good.
I'm good.
All right, guys. Break time's over. Have a good day.